Welcome to Dr. Charles Speaks, a podcast for now. You've joined us for a special series of transformational talks, selected exclusively from Dr. Charles's corporate success calls. The 15-minute calls are designed to encourage leaders, activate your thought life, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. Dr. Charles joins every call with a blend of his personal experiences, his expertise as a John Maxwell certified mentor and coach, and of course, his more than 30 years of exceptional experience in both corporate America and ministry. Get motivated with Dr. Charles Speaks, a transformational talk from the red line on today's podcast, inspiring excellence and generating results.
Good morning, my friends. Happy Monday. It is Monday, a happy Monday, because you're on the red line, the corporate success call. Thank you for joining me once again. This call certainly is designed to start your week off on a great and positive note and to continue to inspire you, to continue to challenge yourself. Never give up. Never, never, ever give up. For there is always room for continuous learning and continuous growth. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Is there anything too hard? No, you just got to believe. And so today I want to talk about a subject area of reflection. You know, leaders today, we're so action-oriented and we have so many responsibilities and, you know, we have this to do and time just seems to get away from us. I tell folks I work a half a day and they perk up in their seat. Really? Well, a half a day, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., 12 hours. And then they kind of slump back in their seats. But we're so busy. We're working hard all the time, and sometimes we don't have time to reflect on the things that we've done, the things that we've accomplished. And today I want to talk about reflection. You know, we need to learn to reflect. You know, Coca-Cola Company, they coined a phrase that says, the pause that refreshes. Remember that? The pause that refreshes. And so I'm asking you to pause and set aside time, whether it's early in the morning or whether it's at the end of the day or whether it's during lunch hour where you go out into your car and sit in your car and just reflect on the day. You know, we need to study the lives of great people, and what we're going to find, these great people, who've made an impact in the world, and you will find that in virtually every case, these people, they spent a considerable amount of time alone thinking. And that is what I want you to do, is spend time thinking. That's what reflection is to someone who desires to grow, learning to pause and allowing growth to catch up with you. You know, in my business and sales, we're steady running after sales every day. What are we going to sell today? What we're going to accomplish today? And at the end of the day, we got it done and we're exhausted. We're tired. We might take the time to eat dinner, take the time to go exercise and watch something on TV and then start all over again the next morning. But I want you to get into the habit of reflecting back on the day. What positive came out of the day? What opportunities that you learned from the day? What gaps can you close going forward into tomorrow? Really, reflection, when you think about it, it turns experience into insight. We're always wanting to gain additional insight and continue to learn, being curious about things and wanting to grow and asking the questions that we need to know the answers to. And so when I think about reflection and how it turns experience into insights, Julius Caesar, he wrote, "Experience is the teacher of all things." However, I beg to differ. I'll say this: evaluated experience is the teacher of all things. And that's what I want you to do. We evaluate people. We do performance appraisals on our people, and we need to do performance appraisals on ourselves because we are evaluating our own experience. I know I'm talking to myself. If there's nobody out in the audience today, you need to hear this. Evaluated experience is the teacher of all things because we can look in the mirror and be truthful to ourselves and identify the areas that we can do better. And in doing that, it's going to challenge us to grow. It's going to challenge us to learn more and to do more. And as a result, we're going to be that much more impactful in bringing people along. There's an old joke that experience is a hard teacher because the test is given first and the lesson is given afterwards. When you think about that, that's true, but only if the person takes time to reflect after the experience. Otherwise, you receive the test first and the lesson may never come. Stopping to reflect is one of the most valuable activities that you and I can do each and every day. We can do this. If someone is going down the wrong road, he or she doesn't need motivation to speed up. They need to stop and reflect and change the course. You've done this driving down the highway before the GPS came along. You made a wrong turn. You got off at the wrong exit. You had to make a U-turn and get back on the right course. We just need to sometimes stop and reflect. I'm reminded of getting lost while driving. At this time, didn't have the GPS, and so you're lost and you're trying to look at the MapQuest on a paper, or you're trying to figure it out for yourself, and you're just driving when you should have made a right-hand turn. You made a left turn. You went 3, 4, 5 miles down the road, and you realized you're lost. And you just got to stop and pull out the map and pull out where did we turn wrong? Where do we have to go back and backtrack and get back on the right step, the right place? That is so important. You know, John Maxwell in his book, he said, thinking for a change encourages people to identify or create a thinking place. And, you know, I've heard people do this, and I've done this myself, and that is in the morning where I think I am the most alert, the most brightest at that time, I take what I call quiet time. And quiet time is just simply, it's amazing in the morning. I can hear the clock ticking in my office. But all throughout the day, in the busyness, I don't hear the ticking sound because I'm so busy. But in that quiet time of reflection, the least bit of noise comes through. But I make it a routine to think about the day ahead of me. What are the priorities? What are the things that I'm going to do? The list that I put together in terms of what's important now, what can wait later. Those are things that reflection that is on what is going to be, how the day is going to be. We make how the day is going to be. No matter what, we're going to be the best that we can, no matter what the distractions may come, but stay focused. And that's the key. So most people are pretty busy. That's a fact. There are a lot of demands on us when you're a leader. They rush us from place to place, trying to get things done. But I say to you again, if we just pause, if we just allow growth to catch up with us, it will make the difference. It'll make our lives better because we not only get a better understanding, but we begin to make more significant deposits in what we do, what we experience. But we can implement changes and we can do course corrections. We can do those things when we reflect. We're also better able and equipped to teach others from the wisdom that we have gained in that time alone. And when we're talking about time alone, it allows us to sort through these experiences and put things in perspective and plan for the future. So what have I been talking about? I've been talking about the importance of reflection, having that quiet time, having that experience of evaluating what took place and making the appropriate steps and changes to have an even better day or a better week ahead. You know, a minute of thought is worth more than an hour of talking. I'll say that again. A minute of thought is worth more than an hour of talk. Sometimes we just talk too much and we just need to listen, right? Sometimes we just get so busy, we need to stop and pause. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, Jim Rome, he once remarked, he said this. He said at the end of each day, you should play back the tapes of your performance. He says the results should either applaud you or prod you, P-R-O-D, prod you to do something different, to do something more. And so each and every day presents an opportunity to reflect, but it also gives an opportunity to pause, to focus, and to learn. And so I want to leave you with some good questions here when you think about reflection and you think about that time that you're going to set aside going forward each and every day. It's your time. There should be boundaries placed around that time. Whether you start off with 5 minutes, I'm not talking about taking a nap or a siesta. I'm talking about actually taking the time and playing back the tape and being able to ask good questions. And start off with these questions. These are some things that will help you get to thinking and help you get into the mindset of reflecting each and every day. Number one, where do you most need to grow right now in that quiet time? You know, we can brag about all the great things that we do and all the things that we know, but this is a time to reflect on where is the most need for me to grow now. This is being true to yourself. And if you don't want to be true to yourself, I'll tell you who will be true to you. That'll be your best friend, your significant other, your wife. They'll be true. Some of the other folks will just say what they think they want you to say or to hear, that is. But you want to be true to yourself because then you are able to put your finger on that which you need to improve most on. Number two, what is my biggest asset? What is it that I have that I do well, that represent me as my brand, as people, what they know me about? What do they know of me? What do they know of you? What is your asset? What's my biggest asset? And then you play to that. You play to that because that will make way for you to add more things and more value to the discussion and to better yourself. But then on the flip side of that coin, you got to ask yourself, what is my biggest liability? What is the thing that will get me in the most trouble? What is the thing that I really am weak at that I can acknowledge, but then I can also begin to train myself to be even better? And then that next question, what am I doing daily? What am I doing daily to grow? You don't have to make a whole long list of things to do daily. If it's just one thing that you choose today, what are you doing daily to grow yourself? And then last, am I passing on to someone what I'm learning? What good is it to have it all bottled up in yourself? But to go out and to share and to teach and to spend that time developing others. I want to close with you with this statement. Never forget that your goal in personal growth is reaching your potential. But to do that, you need to keep pausing, keep asking questions, and keep growing each and every day. You have been on the Red Line, the Corporate Success Call, and I'm thankful and grateful. Now let's make it a great day and a great week. God bless you. Until next time, you have been speaking with Dr. Charles.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Charles Speaks. Visit drcharlesred.com for booking info for your ministry, business, or leadership team. Get info about the Red Line, a 15-minute corporate success call each Monday morning with Dr. Charles. Follow Dr. Charles on all social media at Dr. Charles Red. Subscribe to the podcast here for every episode of Dr. Charles Speaks. Thanks for joining us. Like Dr. Charles always says, no matter what, never, never, never give up. Until next time.